Okay, short and sweet. So here's our piece. It is all cut out. There's an 1/8 inch piece of felt in there. It's 65% felt wool and 35% polyester. I use this instead of the pulled off batting for the most part. Because it's less puffy for these people that want like really flat stuff. So you do an angle cut, do your dart. Do your second dart, corners. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing on the corner. Okay. I do the first set and not the second set because I don't want, just in case the material shifts, I don't pre-cut everything. Because if I pull a little too hard on the material, these darts will go in further and I don't want that. Okay. Then we go to this side. Do your dart there. Do your dart there. I'm not going right to the point. There has to be a little bit of extra fabric. A lot of times I'll nick those right down. I just didn't think about it before I did it. Square corners are never super pointy, no matter how hard you try when you're covering it with fabric. I mean, because the needlepoint it doesn't allow you to really get that really tight point on it. We'll get close, but not quite. Okay. So now we're going to do this side. And I could have angled that back a little bit more to have less material buildup in this corner, but I'm not going to really worry about it right now because I want to have enough to hold on to fold that right over. Helps when you actually have skin that it isn't so dry that it'll grip the fabric. Okay. Right. Now, this is going to get cut down even more. This is where having the fusible interfacing really helps, because if you're working with now see how I'm creating a little V there, pinch and push. Okay. If the fabric has a tendency to unravel or shred because say it's velveteen, the fusible interfacing will help hold it together. And we pinch and push, come back, push it flat. See how flat that is? Might not look very flat, but it is. It's harder to do this part of it on the canvas part, but Tracy just needed this little short for the fabric on the back. Push. I literally don't have a needlepoint that goes on top of this, because she wasn't having a problem with the needlepoint. She was having a problem with the material covering the back. Okay. And just like I do with any other ornament. I'll push this edge, beveled edge forward. And what that does is it will make the gutter between the two pieces less. And these areas on the corner, when you put the two pieces together, you'll see that actually I have a piece here. Hold on. That doesn't have the cording on yet. See how that the material on this is a little bit thicker than the one that I used here, and this has batting puff in it, but you can see that there's a pretty decent gutter there. So if you sew the edges together, that'll pull that right together. Okay. Or if you do like I do, since this is already mashed together with a piece of glue, or not a piece, but you know what I'm saying. When you put the cording in, you have a little gutter to lay your cording into. That one needs to come together a little bit more. So I'll just push this side and see how it fills that in. So when you're bringing your cording around, which I have a piece of cording. Yeah, hold on. This customer likes cording quite thick. This is 14 and 14 red. So when you're bringing this around, okay, then and you sew it in. See, this is a 13 count canvas, so it's really tough to get that pointy corner on. Especially with the puffing, because the puffing pulls this part in, but it compresses really hard here, and there's not as much puff in here as there. So I didn't really press these seams together like I have on the long sides. It's harder on the short sides also because it's easier. There's just more room to get this pushed in and close it off. But like I said, if you sew around this first, because your gutter is way too big and you're never going to be able to cover all of your issues, all of your mechanics, just sew it together and that will pull those right together. Okay? And that's your short for the morning.